This is a web user interface. So we're running this on a web browser through the network. So anywhere on the network, we can open this browser. We have opened the local host here, since the application is running on the PC controlling the sonars, but we could access this from anywhere on the network. So for example, we have an iPad here. And here we have the same display, but wireless on the common network. So if we change a parameter here, we change a parameter on the wireless. And so this has implications for people being able to control the sonars from elsewhere on the vessel or even ashore. Here we are at the start. We can see we have the two sonars waiting to be connected to. They're offline at the moment. So we highlight and we start the mission. And there we go, remembering that the primary sonar is always the one on the left. And here's the wedge, just the same as we would have had with the previous GUI. And you can do all the things that you could do with the previous GUI, but in a more intuitive way. For example, we can change the coverage by dragging the coverage bar. And we can change the gates simply by dragging up and down. All the parameters for operation of the sonar are available in the same way as before in these pop-out menus to the side. And you can make small increments and decrements to any of the parameters that you might want to make. For example, we can change the swathe coverage in steps of 1 degree. And also the overlap between the two sonars. We can change between the beamforming modes, equidistant, equiangular, turn on roll stab, change the number of beams per head that we want. The transmitted pulse parameters are available, and also the usual imagery parameters. So, for example, we can turn on the backscatter, the snippets, which is here. We can switch it off. We can turn on water column. It's a little bit dim there, so we can increase the brightness on that a little bit. There we go. So water column is very good for troubleshooting purposes. And turn it back off. And then all the gain parameters for the imagery as well are available, just as with the previous GUI. We also have some new features that customers have asked for. For example, we now have the grid available, which is useful for measuring between objects on the sonar image. We can change this from grid to just the horizontal depth lines, and then back to the minimal display that we have on the previous GUI. Just to help you with measuring between objects, we have this measuring tool. So we can put in a start point and an end point, and it gives you the range and bearing between the 2 points. So again, that's handy for perhaps putting in an offset on a target on your sonar display. And switch it off there again. We have auto zoom, like that, where we zoom in on the available seabed, and all the usual features, all the usual range, bearing, and depth parameters are available to the user, same as with the old UI. NORBIT Connect is designed to enhance ROV operations. Please contact us for more details.